Many people come to meditation because they're looking for peace. We're more stressed, we're more distracted, we're more anxious than ever. Conflict and violence are increasing. We're on the brink of an ecological disaster. But these global crises are also symptoms of our alienation from the deep truth of who we are, from each other, from God. My heart was deafened by the din of my mind, said St. Augustine. And he's pointing straight at the problem. The stories, the narratives that we tell ourselves over and over and over about ourselves and each other and life and God and everything. The problem isn't our thoughts and feelings, but how we relate to them, how we react to them, how we constantly chat to ourselves about them. This internal noise creates a strong sense of I and you, of mine and yours, of separateness. Meditation isn't just for Christians. It's a universal human wisdom. It sits at the heart of all the great religious traditions, but it's open to everyone. The very stillness and silence of meditation, the wisdom and the healing processes that we find in stillness and silence help us see and meet and manage our anxieties, our preoccupations, our concerns, so that we can open to the sacred within. The sacred within everyone, the sacred within everything. Meditation is not about not having thoughts, not having feelings, about emptying our head in some way. It's not about that at all. It never has been. It's about changing our relationship with our thoughts and our feelings. Very often, immediately after someone has meditated, I'll ask them, how did that go? And they'll say, not very well, Chris. I was really distracted. There are all sorts of thoughts happening. And then I'll say to them, well, what did you do? And they'll answer, well, I saw the thought. I saw I was distracted, and I came back to the practice. Well, that's doing very well. That is the practice. The practice is seeing. The practice is noticing, and then coming back. So to be distracted, to see we're distracted, is not failure. That's a moment of awareness. It's an opportunity to come home to the present moment. All kinds of benefits arise from a daily meditation practice. Improved attention and focus, decreased reactivity, greater self-awareness. But one of the most important fruits that comes from meditation is how it affects and deepens our relationships. We increasingly live from our innate capacity for compassion. As we learn to be more still and more silent, we open to the sacred within, to the ground of our being. The seed was planted that grew into the School of Contemplative Life. When I came to live here at Prinish Abbey, the monks opened my eyes to so much. I'd been visiting Prinish Abbey for about a year, through the year when I was 18. And eventually it came to the point where I couldn't not explore this further, where the questions became so deep, the pull was so strong. I decided to leave home and not go home until I'd explored this. I arrived here one evening, unannounced, later than I should have done, and Abbot Aldhelm came to see me. I was quite emotional, quiet but quite emotional. This was a very big thing. He came in, said, "Hello, Christopher," sat down quietly, and then said to me, "Why are you here?" And the only answer I could give was, because I have to be. There seemed like quite a long period of silence after that, and then he smiled and said, stay as long as you need to. Most people have absolutely no idea that meditation is an ancient Christian practice. An ancient way of prayer, of healing and wisdom that integrates every aspect of our being. In Christian terms, we are called to prayer, if you like. We are motivated to prayer. It comes from within. It's as if we're answering a call that's built deep into our nature. And then we respond. And then we're helped to respond. And then, if we can, we find a community of practitioners. And we come to help and support and nourish each other.